Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Leaders in Purpose. We are so glad you are here. We want to thank Mother and Father God, first of all, for another day above ground. We want to thank KPAO and all the working staff. We want to thank our guests and the gentlemen in our audience, everyone, for being here to support Leaders in Purpose. Today, with Caring Community Social Intelligence, we're talking about economic development. And we are interviewing Miss Goddess Queen Sister Friend, honey, Miss B.C. Clark. Now, if you know anything about business, you know Queen B.C. Clark, because she's not only a thinker, but she's a mover and shaker in the community, helping people for over 7 years get their business started.
15.
For over 15 years.
But anyway, we can talk about it, yeah.
I'm sorry, 15 years, honey. 7 times 2 plus 1. Get their business started and keep it going. Miss B.C. Clark, we're going to have her. She has so many titles. I'm going to have her tell her all the things she's done, because really, she is just an amazing, fantastic, excellent, wonderful, marvelous woman, sister, and friend.
Okay. Well, it's kind of hard to come behind all of that. However, I am just B.C. Clark. But what my passion is to make sure and to see that those who want to go into business or want to expand their business, that they have the information that they need to be successful. So for the past 15 to 20 years, that's what I've been doing. I started my own business in 2003 and with 2 partners, and then about 2013, the 2 partners moved to a different state. I kind of revamped the business because I was working mostly with entrepreneurs, and so the business connection is alive and well. I am also Director of Training and Client Development for the Nebraska Enterprise Fund. And what we do there is technical assistance. We do a lot of training, so we have workshops all over the state, as well as we also provide micro and small business loans for those individuals up to $150,000. I think today what I really want to touch on is the resources that are available for all of the entrepreneurs and those who want to expand their business, as well as talk a little bit about what things we should be doing before we even go to borrow money. Okay? So some of the resources that I really want to talk about today is several that people will hear about but maybe never go. Okay. So we have SCORE. SCORE is, it used to be called Service Corps of Retired Executives, but they are actually counselors to small business. They, every industry, there are counselors that can assist you with almost anything: marketing, export, import, sales. Also, they can look at your business plan. They don't do it for you, but they can look at your business plan. But the mentoring is what they provide. And like I said, on whatever industry it is, you simply can call them, and their number is 402-221-3600. You can call and set up an appointment. It never costs you any money for the mentoring, for any information that you would need. They do have a workshop called the Entrepreneur Workshop. I think it's 1 or 2 days. Okay. And you can, and I think that's the only thing that really costs. But mostly all of the other workshops that they give are free. Wow. So please take advantage of that.
And that can be the tax write-off as well.
If you're in, yes, if you're in business. And I'm not quite sure how that works, but you can probably find that out. Okay. The other one I'd like to speak about is the Nebraska Business Development Center. And they too have different training and workshops. And to tell you the truth, each of these organizations do great things, so you just need to go, but they don't all do the same thing. Okay. So you don't get them confused and say, oh, well, they all do the same. No, they don't. There is something for you at each one, so take and look at what they offer and make sure you go to them. The Nebraska Business Development Center is located at UNO, over at Mammal Hall, and they provide not only technical assistance, but they also have some workshops and things like that all over the city, probably the state. Wow. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is the Small Business Administration. Okay. They have trainings and workshops all over the country, all over the state, I should say, and and they too they guarantee loans.
Wow.
They don't give loans, but they guarantee loans. Okay, and so for them, for any information on the SBA, you can go to sba.gov and get any information that you need from them and the contact information there as well.
Okay.
And we do have a location out on 108th in Bedford, and that's also where SCORE is located for
Okay.
Omaha.
Okay, all right.
And so, and then they have certifications. The SBA have the 7A program. They have, I think they have something called the 8A, but you can find out when you go to that website what they offer.
Okay.
These
So
are
do-
great resources. I'm sorry, go
Okay,
ahead.
so do you know if those certifications include the certifications for trades or is just for entrepreneurs?
No, it's trades. It's
Trades
like,
as well.
yeah,
Okay.
it's businesses and engineering and things like that.
Okay.
I know that the Nebraska Business Development Center also have a couple of like technical ones, and I think it's the SBIR and STTR, but you can check with them
Okay.
on their website as well.
Okay.
So that was the SBA is the last one I was talking about, and so they do offer training, and so those, just check out SBA.gov. There's a wealth of information out there, okay? And then the next one I want to talk to you about is the Nebraska Enterprise Fund. And the Nebraska Enterprise Fund, we too do a lot of coaching. So we do a lot of coaching for entrepreneurs and those businesses that are already existing. And that could be anywhere from, you know, I want to expand my business if you're already existing, and what are the things that I can do.
Okay.
But also we do a lot of brainstorming with them too to help them fill out what they're trying to say and they can't really say. And so for entrepreneurs,
As far as what they can, as far as an advertising or business plan or
whatever that would be,
whatever,
that, right,
okay.
that they were having trouble with or wanted help with.
Oh, okay,
Okay, and then we are bilingual, you know, staff, so we do have, we do serve the Spanish population, and we have the whole state of Nebraska, and we are looking at going and venturing into Iowa as well.
Yes.
So, but the technical assistance we do one-on-ones all the time, and so if you come in and you have an issue you want to talk about, we can usually set up an appointment and work with you to do that.
And that's free.
And that all the workshops that we have are free all over the state, and we also, and the loans that when you come in and you want to talk about, you know, maybe you're ready to borrow money, we want to actually make sure that you have all the information, like how to borrow. So we put on all those workshops, you know,
Okay.
and for entrepreneurs, we have one that's, is owning a business a good fit? Because, you know, a lot of entrepreneurs will start and they'll say, well, I want to start a business. And a lot of times when they go through the class, they decide they're not ready. So it's good to kind of find out what you need before you jump into anything.
That's true.
Because what we find out is that when individuals just start a business, you know, like all of a sudden, you know, they thought about it today and tomorrow they start a business. Well, how much information do they have? Is it a viable business? You know, what are the demands for that business if there's any? Have you done any research?
Okay.
You know, there's so many things that need to be explored before you can just start a business.
Right.
And it's not as, I'm not trying to make it seem like it's hard, it's not, but you do need to do your research for
Okay.
whatever that business is. You do need to find out what requirements for that business. If it's something that you're going to be doing with the state, what are their requirements?
Okay.
You know, a lot of daycares. So if you're a daycare, there's certain things, if you plan to take state money and whatever, there's certain requirements that you must have. So you
Okay.
can't just get a space and say, I'm starting a daycare.
So you're saying the more information or resources you have on your side, the more successful your
Yes.
business will be.
Yes, because we all know that if you don't have the foundation right, the house doesn't stand.
That's true, though.
So we, you know, the information is that foundation. It gives you the confidence that, okay, this is probably something I can do. Because you have the right information from the right sources, and now you'll be able to apply that to whatever that might be, whether it's, you know, to just start or maybe stop,
Okay.
whatever it is. So, and then let's talk a little bit about business plan.
Yes, yes.
Because a lot of individuals will come in and they'll say, well, you know, I've been trying to write a business plan for 3 years, or I went to a course and I took the course for, you know, 5 weeks, but I still don't have the plan.
Do you think a vision board is essential first before
I
the
think
plan?
that, I think a vision, I'm not gonna say it's essential,
Okay.
but a vision board allows you to see what you plan to do, and that usually brings it to fruition.
Okay.
So I don't just say it's not. No, I think you should have a vision board for almost anything you want to do anyway.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big person for vision boards,
Yeah.
so I do expect that. But let's talk about that business plan. You know, a lot of times individuals will come and they'll say, well, I wrote this page, and it's one page, and it may be the name of the business, it may be, you know, I want to start this business because, so they're talking to it from a perspective of no knowledge, really.
Right.
So in the business plan, you know, there's the executive summary, and we can talk about what that is, but that's the most important piece, really, of that business plan. Because when you go to the bank or to a CDFI, which is a community development financial institution, the first place they're gonna look is that executive summary. Because in it, it tells a little bit about the history, why you wanna do this, how you plan to make money, and you're gonna talk about your projections in that executive summary. Now, if you haven't done any research, it's going to be very hard for you to write a business plan. Mm-hmm. So 9 times out of 10, when someone says, I just can't write it, they haven't done any research, and they've collected no data.
Okay.
So the Nebraska Enterprise Fund has a workshop. It's 3.5 hours, and you actually write your business plan in that workshop.
Wow.
So if anyone out there is looking to write a business plan and you've gone to classes and you're still trying to write it, you might want to just come to the workshop. And we bring in the laptops with the software loaded on it.
Okay.
The software is really, really interactive.
Okay.
So it prompts you and asks you questions. And by answering the questions, by the time you're done, you have your business plan.
Wow.
We also provide a thumb drive so that business plan is saved to the thumb drive.
Yes.
And you can print it out and you have your business plan.
Wow.
Do your cover sheet and everything. So those are some of the things that, because we know how difficult some people, you know, say it is to write one. So to have a workshop where we talk about it first of all, and usually if they've done some work, then they're easy. I mean, it's just, you're just putting it in.
So this is especially if you're looking for sponsors and if you're looking for somebody.
Not necessarily. A
to support you.
business plan is your roadmap.
Well, I'm talking about this business plan is so complete that if you're looking for sponsors or you're looking for somebody to support you, that you can present that business plan to them and they'd be like, whoa.
Well, yeah, that's what a business plan is for. It's for those investors. It's for banks if you're going to do any loans or what have you. I mean, it's for anyone that might want to support you in any way. So if it's not an angel investor or a bank or something like that, but but the business plan is really for you, because you need to know where you're going and how to get there.
Yes.
And the business plan, if you've done it right, it has all that information in there, and it's a living document. So once you finish your business plan, if anything changes, it needs to go in the document. You know, if you've been in business 3 years and you've made some changes, and if you're a restaurant and you've changed menus, you've done this, you've done that, you're in a different location, the business plan needs to be updated. Okay? So that's the one thing that I would say. So the very first thing, before you can even write the plan, is that you have to do a little bit of footwork. Right? And then, because that's the most important thing that I think people usually say, I don't have one. I started one last year, you know. So you can come and write, just look on our website. The website is nebbiz.org. And you can go to that website and you can find out when the workshops are.
nebbiz.org.
Yes.
Nebbiz.org.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, it is. And so, but those are some of the things I think is really important because, you know, and let's just talk about business. You know, a lot of individuals have started businesses in the community, and for whatever reason, you know, maybe it worked for 2 years or 3 years. So let's talk about what were some of the things that maybe happened why it's not in business today. And
they said the first 5 years are the hardest.
Oh, they are. And the thing is, though, but if you've done get the footwork done, the footwork is what I call the foundation. Because when you're starting a business, you need to plan and then plan and then plan and plan. Okay? Planning is really, really important. And I think what happens is that people think, okay, I know enough information now, let me just get started. And I think that they don't take a lot of things into consideration. Because just because you open up a business doesn't mean people are going to flock to the door.
That's true.
And so I think that there's a false sense of once I open the door, they're going to come. And that doesn't always happen. So I think you have to be really realistic about your expectations for the business. You have to make sure that you've done all the things that you can do, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask for help. You know, if you're not sure if this is the very first time that you're going to start a business, then who do you know who have a business that may be similar to yours that you could talk to, you know, and just find out, you know, what were some of the things that you did. I think when you put yourself out on the island, then you're out there.
Right. That's true.
But you need to be able to, do a lot of networking before you open up your business. Make some acquaintances, some relationships, build some relationships. Find out what people are doing. Go to the things that may be of interest to you, but go to other things as well. Because you never know where your clients are going to come from.
Like for instance?
Like for instance, that if you're in, say like you have a restaurant.
Okay.
So a lot of times people will go and visit other restaurants. They'll look at, the staff. They'll look at what things they're doing and what they're providing. And then if they're all going to do a restaurant, they'll say, what is not happening here?
Okay.
Because it makes sense to look at what's happening and what's not happening.
Right.
Because how are you going to take that market share if you don't do anything different?
That's true.
So you have to be thinking out of the box all the time,
Okay.
and you have to follow trends. Look at trends and put money back into your business. Because probably about 45% of the businesses that failed in that first 5 years is a lot of times they have not done the full research.
Okay.
And all of a sudden they came in the first year, they made a lot of money the first year, and now they think they have to do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And you have to continue to look at your business, survey your clients, your customers that are coming in. Make sure that you're giving them what they're asking,
Okay.
or what they're looking for.
Okay.
And then, we talk about competition,
Yes.
but competition is going to always be there. What you have to do is run your business the best that you can, make sure that your clients are being taken care of, making sure that you're watching your trends and you're building on that, and you're always changing and making things new and better.
Okay.
It's not that you open up a business and leave it for 25 years and then it just goes right down to the ground,
Right, right.
because that happens a lot.
Okay.
So we have to make sure that in our business that we're doing things to spoof it up, change the outside of it. Make
Okay.
it, after 10 years, you'll probably notice that your sales are kind of downsloping.
Okay.
But you need to look and see, okay, am I still advertising? Are things fresh? Do I need to update some things?
Okay.
It's like when you own a pet. It doesn't stop because you purchased that pet.
Right.
You still have to feed them.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And send them to the vets, and you have to do all those things. It's the same with your business. You have to do, reality checks on that business and making sure that, things are going the way they should be going, that the place is clean, that it's inviting for your clients. Even if it's a tattoo parlor.
Right.
Nobody wants to go in, and all the needles are in the mud, and you have all, people are looking for what's new,
Right,
and what's
right.
vibrant. You see how we have so many restaurants here,
Yes.
and
yes.
new ones are opening up every day.
And they are.
And at one time, people didn't want to fund banks, didn't want to fund restaurants. But you know what? The new ones, they're popping just like all the other ones are.
Yes, they are.
We have brand new ones that are opening up. African Grill, I think, will be opening up in the middle of March, which is a new
Yes.
business. And so we just have to make sure that we're on top of things, and don't let somebody else watch your business. You watch your business.
Right.
You can have employees, but that's your business.
Right.
So you need to own that. With confidence and making sure that your employees know the vision and that they're following the vision, that they're doing what you want done in that restaurant or tattoo parlor or wherever it is.
Right,
Because when you step out of the business and you're not engaged with it, you lose sight of it.
That's true.
And then your employees are running the business.
Yeah.
And their vision is not your vision.
That's true.
So it's important to make sure that as a business owner that you're engaged and that you stay on top of the things you need to stay on top of, that you're making sure that your place is a place that's inviting, that it looks good when people come in, it smells good, everything is working. You don't want to let it run down to the ground or, hide things from everybody and all of a sudden you're gone and no one knows how to run it.
Right. And that's true.
So,
That's true.
And make sure you have a succession plan, for your business. So if you've been in business 20 years and you're deciding that, I don't want to do this another 20 years or another 5, then, at some point in time you should start working with someone so you can do a succession plan
Wow.
to either sell your business or either turn it over to someone in the family or
Right.
whatever. But along the way, you should have some mentees in the family or somewhere that you're grooming to take over that business if
That's
it's
true.
a family business,
That's
So
true.
that's something that I think is good. And don't be afraid. We get to a point where we think we know everything. But let me tell you something. If you're having slumping sales, you need to find out what the problem is.
Okay.
And if you're losing cash, you need to find out where the bleeding is.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we're watching everything. Okay, your accountant may do your books, but they're not going to watch your money like you're going to watch
No,
it.
no.
So you have to watch
They may even
everything
be
that
taking
you're
your
also,
money, so
yes,
be careful.
Yes, yes.
Right.
So so those are some of the things that I think would help, and then education.
Yes.
That's why there's so many workshops around the state. Anything that you need, you can find.
Well, Ms. BC, we have about 5 minutes left, and I know you talked about a lot, and there's so many things that you didn't get a chance to cover, like insurance and different things like that. Can you speak a little bit more about your MOW?
BC?
BC,
Okay.
please.
So the Metro Omaha Women's Business Center is an organization that's been around, be 12 years next month, and their purpose is to educate, empower women, and we do that by workshops. We have a lot of workshops, but we also have a brainstorming breakfast every month. That breakfast is on the third Friday of the month, and that is really for us to bring our issues to the table, talk about those issues, and support each other. So just to say, if you had an issue with some part of your business, well, coming to that breakfast, we talk about it. We usually have a speaker that's relevant to women and businesses or what have you. But we can all come together and work on that issue to try and find out what it is that we can do to help you. So it's information there, it's support there, and it's networking, great networking there for other women that are in business and those who want to go into business. So that is a great organization for people to come to women, and don't be afraid to come. I mean, even if you're not a business owner, it's open to all women.
Okay.
So it's not exclusive just for business owners.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we'd love to have people come. So that's another good thing.
Great,
Yes.
great. Wow, I have learned so much just by this little time that we have been here. It's just like, whoa. I'm going to go back and reevaluate my business and tighten up a lot of things.
Yeah. And then
So,
reach out for help.
yes.
If you think that you need to do that, we mentor all the time. So MOWBC have mentoring, the Nebraska Enterprise Fund have mentoring and coaching. So, just reach out. That's what I would say. Don't just hold whatever it is and you got a issue. Talk about it. Bring it out. And if you're thinking of starting your business and you're afraid to let somebody know what it is, then go to a reputable resource. You can go to SCORE and hash out your ideas. You can go to any of the resources that I named earlier, and I'll just kind of go over those real briefly. The SBA, which is sba.gov,
Okay.
Nebraska Business Development Center. SCORE, which is out on 108th and Bedford,
Okay.
along with the SBA, and then the Nebraska Enterprise Fund. And so you can check them out. Nebraska Enterprise Fund is down at 1516 Cumming Street.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, those resources are available. Please take advantage of them.
All right.
That's what I would say.
All right, fantastic, fantastic. We're gonna take a little break here. I know we have about 4 minutes, and I got some book recommendations for mental and economic growth as well as personal growth. Okay. Some of these books here, I don't know how I can get on there.
Yeah, just stay there.
Okay,
They can
just
see you,
stay.
I think.
No, they can't see me.
Oh.
No, they can't see me. Can you see me? Over here. How can I get over? Can you get me on the camera with the books?
Come to the middle. Come to the middle. There you are.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Okay, here's some books, especially to me, Black history is every day. It's actually Black history is American history, or melanated people is American history. And so a book that we recommend is from the Browder Files, 22 essays on the African American experience, as well as survival strategies for Africans and American, 13 Steps to Freedom. We also have Mr. Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
No, you're fine.
Okay. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Powerful Lessons in Personal Change. Black American Money by Dr. Boyce Watkins, How Black Power Can Thrive in a Capitalistic Society. The Billionaire Dollar Game, Behind the Scenes of the Greatest Day in American Sports, which is a Super Day Sunday. And Laws of Leadership, Mr. John C. Maxwell, he pastors one of the biggest churches here in the United States, and he's a leadership phenomenon as far as writing. And the 21 irrefutable laws of leaderships is amazing, as well as his book Failing Forward and other books that he has put out. The Secret to Black Book of Wealth by Funmi Johnson. And Self-Made Millionaire, Mr. Delzino Wilson Debriano, him and his wife, Leadership for Black People. Most of these books I got at the Black History, the African American Black History bookstore on Lake Street. So please, 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 we as a melanated nation, we spend $2.3 trillion a year, and out of that $2.3 trillion a year, if you, let's say we take $1, 97 cents we don't spend with each other. So please, please support our own people, like everybody else support their own people, and so that we all can have can stand at the economic table strong and bold. Ms. BC, did you have any closing remarks?
No, I would just say that if anyone is looking to start a business, get the information you need first of all. Check out, do your research, and make sure that it's a viable business. And then look at what education you can get to help you along the way. And remember, there are resources that are available to you. So please make sure you use the resources. I think that's valuable.
And we want to thank Brother Antoine for being in the audience. Did you have anything that you wanted to ask, brother? We want to thank you so much for being here. And we want to thank KPAO and all the staff that's working here. And I usually open my show with a word of silence for our ancestors. So I would apologize to the ancestors for me not doing that. So anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you so much for being here on the Leaders in Purpose show. Caring Community Social Intelligence. We interview the thinkers, the movers, and the shakers in our community who's making Omaha the best place they can be. Thank you. Bye-bye, y'all.